students at Hibbing High School are sharing what it was like to have a very special guest in the audience. Actor Timothee Chalamet stopped by the Hibbing High School drama department yesterday. Chalamet is playing Bob Dylan in an upcoming biopic and was in Hibbing and Duluth. He is best known for his performances in Wonka and Dune. Chalamet visited the school to talk with the students who are getting ready for their own upcoming play. We heard from those students today, and they tell us they were just starstruck and couldn't believe such a big star was in their small town.
And it took me a minute to process who he was. Like, I recognized him, I didn't really know by his name. But when I, processed who in the world he was, it hit me like a truck. I was like, here in Hibbing?
Such a cool experience for them, I'm sure. The students said that everyone was just amped up for their next rehearsal because of his visit. They even asked Chalamet to sign their phone cases. For more information on the students' play and performance, you can head to our website at northernnewsnow.com.